you think he may have once met my father?
He is your father.
Yes,
Something like that.
something like that.
See, what I told you was true from a certain
Point of view. Oh, it's Bert. Hi, welcome back to Panda Reacts. I'm Sandra and this is Ken.
Hi.
And Ham is here. We're watching the finale of The Last Kingdom, Season 5, but of the whole series as itself. So exciting, but sad, because then it'll be over and there will be no more Last Kingdom.
Heston's dead.
Heston died last time.
I'm not over it.
No, clearly. But he's died really honorably. Like, he totally he took it for the whole team. Because he could have betrayed all of them and said what was really going to go down, but he didn't. So, wow, Heston, that was pretty honorable. And Hild was really sad. But Uhtred's plan was the stupidest plan on Earth.
It's the same stupid plan that he kind of comes up with twice before this, I think. So,
well, it's so stupid because I guess he was thinking, I'll use this old mountainous cliff path that I used to know, but it was like half landslided out, and then he had to climb, and Finnan almost died, and he squished in seagull eggs, so a baby bird had to die for their adventure. And they got there and were almost immediately captured, except Uhtred, who's dressed like a guard. So how long will that last? So Uhtred is like totally, his plan is going awry, yet he was upset because Edward arrived with his posse. Yeah, the thing is, Edward kind of was waiting for him to return and he didn't return. How was he supposed to know? Like, did he have to wait forever? Like, that was, I mean, I don't disagree with Edward. But except that now Edward is caught, like you said, between the Castle and possible Scottish army.
Yeah.
So, not smart. You're going to be the meat in the sandwich.
This is going to be the Battle of Helm's Deep, man, and Gandalf's coming riding down the hill to mash your orc forces.
Elswith went and got Stiorra, so we'll have to see what that does.
So that works.
Is Stiorra going to even bother to care since Edward was the one that killed her husband?
Yep. Well, you know.
She might not be too happy about
No,
that.
she's not too happy with her father, not too happy with Edward right now.
Yeah, so what would get Stiorra to actually help? I'm not sure. But young Uhtred is with the posse.
Yep. He
was standing out on the field. And we also know that little child Uhtred, wherever he might be, has still not been shown in this series. So will he show up? Will there be like an epilogue where we finally see him? I don't know. When Uhtred is all happy and family-oriented in his castle, which I'm assuming this is how it's going to end. So, because if Uhtred dies, that'd be really horrible ending to the story. But I know we had a few comments on the YouTube, so let's just check it out.
Let's see what we screwed up this week.
Here's the first one. Alright, so ADJ, thank you for watching a lot of our Last Kingdom videos today and leaving comments on each one. This one, Elfweird, not Ethelweird, lol. Yeah, totally. I get that mixed up all the time. Because I was like, is it Elfweird? Is it Ethelweird? And for a long time, I didn't even know his name at all. It took me a long time. But there's always Eld, Ethels, and Elf. So you'll get like Ethelhelm, Eldhelm, and then you've got Ethelfled, and you've got Elfweird, Elfwin. So like there's 3 beginnings to things and then the same endings that a whole bunch of people use, the same stupid endings.
Silly Saxons.
Yes. No, it must be. Okay, anyway, one of my previous videos, ADJ also commented that Whitger is the same guy who played Whitger in season 4, so the actor is the same. And I had thought that Whitger was like a couple seasons back, like That was only one season because I couldn't remember what he looked like at all. And so, yeah, it's true. I looked it up just to make sure. So I was like, are you sure? Because they look really different. So I looked it up, and yes, they are the same guy. But the hairstyles are very different. Yeah. So this hairstyle he's got going on, the bowl cut, makes him look like a weenie. Like, he's got a bowl cut, seriously. It's
very Monkeys.
Some weenie style. Okay, think about it for a second. Edward had a point. He didn't want to fight another Christian king. He's trying to unite England against the Danes. He had to come up with a plan that avoided bloodshed.
But did he, though?
Was the point that he killed Sittraker?
No, I think the plan is to, like, hand off half of Northumbria, and that's the plan.
Oh yeah, that plan. Okay,
that's sucky plan.
But it would have ended in a lot of bloodshed because I don't think those Northumbrians would have been okay with that. I think that you're thinking that it might seem like it's not a bloodsheddy plan, but
it would preserve peace for a time.
But then it wouldn't.
With a giveaway like that, you're only going to telegraph your own weakness to your soon-to-be enemies.
Yeah.
And the next thing you know, you'll have the Scots marching south. The Welsh.
Yeah, that too.
Marching east, and you'll be in trouble again. And the Danes doing what the Danes do.
Yeah, I don't think that it's as simple. I don't think Edward's plan was very good, and I did think about it for another sec. And I still don't think it's good. Oh, ADJ, thank you for the compliment. That is a new top. I got it from Shein, which is Shein, an internet clothing company, I think. But yeah, it's really nice. It's that purple top.
Oh.
That was new. Yeah.
Cool.
So thank you for that. Yeah, we I was laughing because I was getting email all day. Well, I'll email every time someone comments on YouTube, and I kept noticing it was ADJ, and I was like, "Oh, finally, someone's catching up on the Last Kingdom," and then it was all this like, "You screwed this up, you screwed that up," which I always find hilarious. I don't actually take it personally. I think it's funny. So yeah, that's it. Thank you for commenting, and we'll just agree to disagree on Edward's plan. I think it was...
yeah, well, it's never going to see the light of day.
Well, we'll never really know.
No, we'll never know.
Because in reality, it never happened either. I went and read a lot about Edward after a few episodes just to see what he really did. And a lot of this is really based on some of the stuff he actually did. And except it's missing like 10 of his children because he had like so many kids. And he had 3 wives, one of them being the lady he is on right now. He had 10 kids with her, like 10. There's so many with her. So I guess we won't see all of those.
Oh, guess not.
Nope, guess not. So anyway, let's get started with this finale, man.
I will assume that was a warning.
Don't shoot Ethelstan. He's the future king. Or the horse, because I'll be super mad. Alright. Well, that was good. And we're out.
And we're out.
Old man.
Listen to your blood, Constantine.
He comes to the gate. I will speak to him.
Go speak to him now. You'll find out. He'll tell you all about Elfhelm and his evilness. And then we'll be...
Why are we on the rampart?
So, Edward, you are still alive.
That is not what was discussed.
No, it wasn't.
Show her to the Saxons. Put a knife to her throat.
Whitgar?
Whitgar is like evil monkeys.
Go! Offer a negotiation. No! And throw her over. Show them we are ruthless.
What?
you want to see him die?
Well, kinda, yeah.
Yeah, I do.
It's kind of Hi!
Hey, guess what? We're here.
You escaped. Of course we did. And we found.
Yes.
Why did you come?
My fate has to betray your plan. He did not.
No, he
He
died.
was put to the sword, concealing it.
Deadwood has attacked, so time is short. Well, we still have the advantage. They do not know you are here.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, so
Yeah, about that?
Is it you or something?
No, this is not good. Nobody likes that. Oh,
boiling pit.
I hate that. Of course, we all knew that was coming. That's been used. That's the typical tactic for that kind of stuff. When my army gets here, light the church. Uh-oh.
Open the sea gate. Let anyone without the stomach for the fight leave. Take men off the gate and reduce other fences.
Bold idea, Lord King, but given that we have provisions for a siege, should we
Sieges are for turrets.
Quote that. Tattoo that on yourself.
Please don't.
She didn't want to kill you, dude. She gave you the warning. Don't make me kill you.
Oh, forgive me.
Uhtred has taken command.
No. He could not take the fortress with 3 men. We couldn't take it when we were a dozen.
Nonetheless, something has happened within. Stay with the horses and I will lead the men out on foot. Let us
No.
finish this.
No. Bad idea.
Look,
No.
King, the Scots may be closer than we know.
Okay.
Too late for that.
You're screwed.
They're all over you.
Oh, sweet. We'll take these horses and we'll go out the other way. Yeah, man. This is bad. This is damn bad.
Jura, turn back
She said,
to make a homeland. Follow me in this, I swear. You have my word as a Saxon and as a Dane.
And that's his home, so he can give it to you if he wants to. Do it. Hi.
We could just to save the day again.
Guess what? Now we sandwich you. Oh God. No, not that dude. That's Diora's second-hand man. Her dude. Ah! I'm gonna kill him now! I gotta get. I'm coming for you!
They're retreating.
You could never fight with honor. Honor does not win a fortress.
Yeah, you're giving me how many men against me? This is not fair. Dick. Get him! Get him! F-Helm! You little.
A stinking turd in his hole. Unable to face the carnage he has unleashed.
I would not.
Give me a reason not to cut the eyeballs from your skull.
Kill him and I'll have to fight you.
Ask
him whose blood stains his hands.
All I have done has been to protect him. He knows this.
If he knew all, he would not stand by you.
That's right, tell him.
Tell him the worst of it. Tell him, or I shall. Confess your sins and live, or die disgraced. It will scar your soul to hear this. But he had your mother killed to start a war with the Danes.
That is not true.
All know it.
And all are wrong. She was not the target. It was a tragedy.
She was killed by men you sent.
Yes. To kill Alice.
You told me that you feared my father was to blame.
The blame is his.
Why?
His disregard sent her to the pilgrims. I did not know. If I had known, never would I. Tell my grandson I am a man of honor.
Yep. No, you're such a jerk. I am coming for you.
Warriors, come out to play.
Oh, he's behind you, he's behind you, he's behind you. Turn around, Uhtred.
Bless the Lord of Bebbanberg. It belonged to my father. Who is the true heir? Say it! Kill me as I killed my father. That is the legacy of our line. Do this, and your son will kill you.
No, he won't.
That is the destiny. No, it's not.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
Stuck pig.
My fortress is burning, you jerks.
No, I will not leave and see it burn. No, the smoke will choke you before the flames even reach, please. The gods will decide my fate. Just not for yourself, then for me. Please, just move. No! It is my destiny to die in Bebbanberg.
But you won't, because it's
It's
gonna
a
rain.
rainstorm.
The rain's gonna put it out. Unless the lightning ignites another one, but you know, whatever. There you go, Uhtred. Exactly. This whole thing has been such a pain in the butt. I was here, I left, everything went to crap, then I came back here.
6 men for one, even from a nephew. It's not a fair price. If you want to make a longer peace, I will tell you my terms.
Guess what? This is your castle now, girl. It's belonged to you this whole time.
Why are we going to the fortress?
To meet the new Lord of Bebbanberg.
Why?
Because he's your dad.
Is this a trick to make
He
me
named
learn
him
scripture?
Osbert.
I know better than that, Osbert. No, I made a little inquiry, and I think the new Lord might be able to tell you something of your origins.
You think he may have once met my father?
He is your father.
Yes,
Something like that.
something like that.
See, what I told you was true from a certain
Point of view. Osbert.
Perhaps you might stay and care for them here at Bebbanberg.
But
Perhaps.
I think that is an excellent idea. The sea air is very good for all manners of illness. I shall, of course, need rooms with a sea view.
Why are you staying? He didn't ask you to stay, Aylesmith. He asked Edith. Okay then.
We will feast like brothers. For truly what you have done for my family cannot be matched in many lifetimes.
No, it can't.
That's true.
The debt is ours.
It totally is, and it has been for a
We will
long
feast
time.
and I shall accept your oath before the people. We will share the moment England is finally made whole and defeat the Scottish claim forever.
Constantine has withdrawn his claim to these lands.
Why would he do that?
I asked him to.
Because I offered not to cede these lands to you.
Oh. Ooh!
Instead, we will remain between the two, sworn to neither, to ensure peace.
The people here are Saxon in their blood.
Indeed, they are not part of your kingdom.
I'll give him to Ethelstan, but not to you.
After everything we've given you,
Excuse me?
you choose now to betray the House of
I
Wessex.
betray nothing. The House of Wessex will unite England eventually, I'm sure of it. I am Uhtred, son of Uhtred. For times past and times to come. Destiny is all.
It's over.
It's over.
Dang it!
All the dead people.
I really wanted them to have a moment where Osbert came in and met Uhtred. But I guess just knowing that Osbert was his son
Mhm.
at the very end there, that he'd named him Osbert, which was kind of nice because we lost Osbert.
Mhm.
Yes. Did we lose anyone else in this one?
Nearly lost Elhelm, but he survived.
Eve survived. Edward survived. So as we all knew what would happen, Uhtred is now Lord of Bebbanberg. He's actually Lord of Northumbria, which is pretty nice. But after Edward was like, my family owes you debts that cannot be repaid for generations.
Except for
Except for you're not letting me have Northumbria after you just told me it was mine. I'm now mad about that.
putts.
Go home, Edward. Aelswith is making herself comfortable at Bebbanberg.
It's like having the worst mother-in-law.
That's
Over.
not even your
It's
mother-in-law.
not even your mother-in-law, but
She hated you for years. Decades.
she invites herself in, no problem.
I know, that was funny. So basically what we thought would happen, Edward's army was sandwiched between the Scots and the wall, and they were getting tossed over a cliff, basically, and then Uhtred gave a rousing speech to Stiora and her Danes, and we lost Stiora's main dude.
Yeah.
He died, unfortunately. So he convinced them all to fight for him, and then they came running in and stormed the other side. Then the Scots were the middle of the sandwich, so the middle of the sandwich changed a few times. Yep. And thanks to them, Edward was, Edward won, so to speak, but he didn't. Uhtred won.
No, because he made a deal with Constantine,
Yeah.
who turned out to be an honorable dude.
Yeah, sort of. I mean, Constantine did not want to trade 6 dudes for 1, but fair enough. And then Uhtred asked more of him to come into this. Well, he's like, well, here's the deal. As long as, he swore he would also not give the land to England.
Yeah, so essentially you've got a buffer zone between you and England, which of course will satisfy the Scots and not satisfy the English.
Yeah.
But nonetheless.
So the Scots, I'm sure that, Edward, or Uhtred just told Edward, yeah, you're not the one who will reunite the kingdom.
Yeah.
You just aren't the one. The person that is going to do that has to be someone that both the Saxons and Danes respect, and you lost the Danes' respect.
Not an impulsive tallywhacker.
No. So we all know that will be Ethelstan, because Elfweird is locked up. Yep. He's locked up in the dungeon, in a nice part of the dungeon, apparently. But he was finally told that Ethelhelm, well, sort of, Ethelstan cornered Ethelhelm and was going to kill him, and then Elfweird was like, well, I'll kill you. That would never have happened, because Ethelstan is an amazing fighter. Yeah. But Ethelstan was like, well, he has to tell you the truth. That's why we all hate him right now. Mm-hmm. You never would have got behind him if you knew the truth. And Elfweird was like, well, what is it? And Ethelhelm took forever to get it out.
Squeaked it out enough so he'd figure it out.
Because Ethelstan had to say, you know, he sent men to kill your mom.
Mhm.
And he's like, no, I didn't, which was true.
Technically.
And then he said, but there was a good reason or something. And Elfweir was like, what?
She was not the target.
She wasn't the target. And he's like, wow, seriously? Did you just tell me that you accidentally killed my mother? And then he just dropped his sword and walked away. Elvelhelm did not want to face Edward and the rest of the people he screwed over, so he offed himself, as all cowards try to do. Moff Gideon. So, yeah.
Herman Goering.
Who's Herman Goering? Who's that?
Head of the Luftwaffe.
Huh?
Head of the Luftwaffe. World War II.
I don't know
Took
that.
cyanide. Spandau prison.
Was that a real life dude?
Yes.
I was just doing fictional dudes, man. Anyway, so, yeah, he offed himself. And then Ethelstan went to go help Uhtred, because Uhtred run after his cousin. And he's like, say who the real ruler of Bebbanberg is. He's like, I killed my father. It's like,
Your
say
son
who
will kill
it
you
really is. He's like, it's always the way. I killed my father. Your son will kill you.
Mhm.
It is the destiny. And Uhtred's like, no, it's not. And threw him over.
And he got the full Saruman treatment there with the big spike through the chest.
Spike through the chest on the dinner table. That wasn't how Uhtred wanted to run the place. So, in the end, everybody was pretty happy.
Except Edward.
Except Edward was still mad, even though he said,
Yep.
I owe you. You do owe him. Your father owed him. You owed him. Everybody
Your whole
owes
family
Uhtred.
owes Uhtred.
And now you owe him more because Elswith's hanging out there and not coming back with you to Wessex. So, you know, I'm guessing that's another level, because Uhtred was like, oh god, why is she staying? I'm going to need a room with a sea view. They finally put gray in her hair. She's supposed to be old. It's hard to make Eliza Butterworth, who's the actress.
Yeah, she's like the same
She's
age
like
as all the other
25
women.
years old. She's always been that. Like, she's quite young, but she's always played older, of course, playing Aelswith. And she just, her face is flawless. There's not one wrinkle on that woman, and they didn't age her with makeup at all. So all they did was put a few streaks in her hair. I'm like, finally we can see the gray streaks that she should be having, because she's supposed to be really old now.
Not really old, I mean.
But old,
realistically,
you know.
Old in this time is, you know, if you hit 40, you're bloody lucky.
Yeah, so she is hanging out at Bebbanberg. Stiora will stay there. There's going to be a lot of people that stay there, which is good, because it's now going to be a thriving place for Saxons and Danes.
Yes, and live together in peace and harmony.
Yes. And then this really cute montage came up where it was like basically reviewed all of what happened to Uhtred from, you know, the beginning of his life when
Yeah,
he was...
I don't know if it was cute. I mean, there were lots of
Well,
terrible
it wasn't...
deaths and
I don't know if it was...
horrible
Yeah.
situations. And
I guess
dead
it
babies
wasn't
and burning
necessarily
people and-
cute.
yeah.
But it was all the things he's gone through.
yeah, it was sort of, you know,
So
flashback.
he was having, you know, tears of all his loss, all the things that you had to remember. Bianca, the headless lady. There was all those things that happened when I was like, oh yeah, like, take it through this, the whole series. And it really must have been quite, I'm sure none of the tears in that last scene were all had to be imposed on these people, because it must be really, really difficult to go through all those seasons together and not be really sad when your show comes to an end. And I think that final scene with everyone, you know, and Uhtred crying, I mean, it's been their life for quite a few years now, so
Everyone hugging it out.
yeah, it must be really sad to see something like that go. Now, what was it? Somebody said there might be a movie, but I'm not sure if I'm right about that. I haven't heard anything about it. It seems to me they've wrapped it up.
Yeah.
Not sure what movie could be made out of that,
Mm,
because I think they finished it.
yeah.
But I don't know. Maybe people want to say. Anyway, thank you for spending your time watching the 5 seasons of The Last Kingdom with us. It was a great show, and I'm gonna miss it. We are gonna be working on Outlander next, and then The Boys. So if you like either of those shows, stay tuned. And anything that shows up in the next little while that we have watched in the past, we'll get to as well. So thanks for watching. Bye.